All right, what's up, you guys? We're going to go through these charts and try to see what's popping for today. But I will tell you guys this, that the markets are very, very volatile due to the fact that the war has begun in Iran. And the concern is if the U.S. is going to join the war or not. So that's the reason why maybe you were in some nice trades and then all of a sudden all hell broke loose with them. That's the reason why. But before we get to the charts, let's go ahead and do this news and get this on out the way. It looks like this week is going to be pretty quiet as far as scheduled news events. CAD has inflation on Tuesday. AUD has their customer inflation numbers on Tuesday. And the Euro has inflation numbers on Friday. And there's some little sprinkled news events in between, but nothing that I would concern myself with if I were you. So let's go right to the charts and get this over with so we can enjoy our Saturdays. All right. So here's what you guys are looking at. This thing has been in a chop, chop, chop mode all, since we have a new president and the tariff war. That's what's going on. So nothing certain in the markets. This is the worst we've ever seen it. This is the reason why I'm just being very transparent. For this week, the oil and silver markets for our copy group was a lot more smoother, and the indices was a lot more smoother. And we also had some nice wins on the gold copy, but the Forex market, it was very, very volatile. And you can see exactly why. This is the 1 hour chart. And you can see there was a lot of spiking news because, again, the world is on edge and it doesn't know what to do. Now, that doesn't mean that we didn't win trades, because as you can see with the simplicity system, it was pretty nice. But it's just to let you know, hey, this is what's going on personally. Okay, so bottom line is that the world is kind of chaotic right now. And I don't have an opinion to say whether it should or should not be. I'll leave that to you guys who are gurus. But you can see that the simplicity system was still on point. So we need to just follow it. Now, this is one of the trades that did not work out, and everything was set up very nicely and so forth. But the bottom line is what happened. The markets came out with some news and, it popped on through. So that's just nothing you can do about that, guys. But again, we'll just keep chopping away at it like we normally do and go from there. So anyway, as far as setups that I see for this coming week, what do we have that I would favor? And I'm just going to skip through them quickly. And this is one of the things you guys got to learn to do. If you don't see something, don't worry about it. Okay. Hold on, back that thing up. This is the one that I would look at. It would be nice if this does a slight retest right here and hold in this region. That would be one that I would look at right here. Euro NZD, Euro AUD, which, by the way, it was a good setup, but then there was, some spikes that happened. So that would be a double topper right there if it holds in that place. But it looks like this is what I'm saying. This is one of those patterns where it looks like it can bounce. It may stop and retest here, but if it breaks above this level, it's a no-no for me. Okay, let's keep skipping through these really quickly. UJ was a nice setup. You can see it was a double top, but then news pushed it. And so there's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do with that. All right. Let's see. See how this pushed? See, this is what I'm saying. This was another one of those that was a very, very beautiful setup. Had the double top right here. It was a very, very good time. Normally, if there was no news event, this would have been perfect. But again, you're going to lose some trades here and there. But look at this triple top on the 4 hour. See, look, one, boom, 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 boom. Look for that move. Here it was, boom, came all the way back, boom, boom. And then this candle came through due to news, which is, again, high, global markets are in a tear because now we're potentially going into another war. So because of that, that's what happens. But if it didn't break through, so that's what I'm saying on that Euro AUD, if it holds, see, it's doing the same pattern. So if it holds right here, yes, there will be a sale. But if it breaks through, that's okay. It's not your fault. Okay? All right, let's keep going. Here we go. Back it up. EuroCAD, same thing. See? Boom, boom. You see that double top? That's what I'm looking for. Retested areas. Because when it retests, normally it holds unless there's a special news event. Okay? Well, just because you lose one don't mean to stop that. Stop looking for those. So those are two of them so far. We have EuroCAD and Euro AUD. All right. This one is going to catch my attention if it stays and holds up in this region as well. This would be a supply zone right here. See that supply zone? So when it comes up here, it typically drops out. And so it did the same thing back here, created that supply zone right here. Boom, 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 boom. And every time it touched in this region, dropped out huge, dropped out huge. Okay, so therefore, if we look at it from that standpoint, that would be another third option that we can possibly keep our eye on for the week. I'm trying to change the color and move this over. There we go. So let's look at over here. Okay, and we stretch this out, going across here, and you'll see it. Boom, drop, boom, drop, boom, drop, boom, drop. Broke all the way up, became right back in, dropped, and now this is sitting right here. So this would be a nice supply zone for a sale. Okay. All right, let's keep a look. So we found 3 so far. 3 of them that potentially to keep our eye on. Now, again, we do have the weekend gap and we have the war going on now and the question of whether the U.S. is going to jump in. So if that is the case, we got to be very, very careful. Now, here's one that I'm going to switch over to a different system for you guys. And this is why having a different trading system called the Ocean Wave, for those who like trend trading, this is where it's going to be beneficial. Right here, we had the crossover from a sell and it crossed over to a buy. And actually, as you can see, this for me would potentially be a nice buy trade right here. Okay. It would be a nice setup because as you can see right here, even on the 15-minute, it went up, pulled down, went into a neutral zone, and now we have a fresh buy situation. So with the Ocean Wave, for those who love trend trading, the Ocean Wave system is going to be the best for you. And you can see these trends and catch them as they're going up. So me personally, if this thing holds, I'm sorry, guys, this thing holds, then I'm definitely looking at Ocean Waving this Euro Swiss because I'm seeing it with a push to the upside from the higher time frame. You can see it right here. A lot of noise, consolidation. It may pull back. Could do that because of the war. But if not, that means this thing is going to be possibly heading to the upside with a nice push for a buy. We also got a 4-hour arrow confirming that. And this is what I'm seeing here. So you guys, outside of all the noise and the cluster, here's what I'm seeing right there. See that? So it's using this as a support level, which is respected back here. Boom, 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 and it can head up. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, so that would be a buy for me if it holds in that area. Okay, and on here I don't see anything. So again, we found 4 trades. Okay, Euro AUD, Euro CAD, GBP, JPY, I think it was, and then USD Swiss. So we found 4. Okay. So anyway, you guys enjoy your weekend, and I will see you in the next video. And keep in mind that if you want to be part of our Get Copied on Our Trades, go to superezcopycat.com, superezcopycat.com. If you want to be part of our live trading sessions where we're trading the futures market live, then go to futrix.com. That's FUTTRIX.com, FUTTRIX.com. Okay, and we've been really having a good time there. I know Miss Jenny been doing very well, but in our Asian session, we had our last Asian session, we had 7 wins in a row, and in our New York session, we had 3 wins in a row. So that put 10 wins in a row just with my group alone, and then that doesn't include the points, which I put in the thumbnail for Miss Jenny's group. So you can choose whichever session fits your best with your work schedule, whatever. But, we're really killing it there too. Okay. All right, you guys have a good one. Talk to you later.